And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We have another new game, which I am really excited to bring to the channel for the first time, Cthulhu, Death May Die. One of these days, I'm going to say Cthulhu. If any, go on YouTube, there's a video on YouTube of a guy who was in the KLM club, and was passed down to him how Lovecraft said Cthulhu and how it's supposed to be said, because Cthulhu is a word that is too hard, or it's impossible for human tongue to utter because it's made for alien vocal cords. But this dude like goes into this crazy cat in heat thing, which is epic. And one day I'm going to replicate it on the channel, but that day is not today. What is today? Today is the premiere of Cthulhu Death May Die. And what a game. I mean, this was a game that I kind of wrote off for a while. I was like, do I really need another Lovecraftian mythos game in my collection? Do I really want a miniatures game? Do I really want to go all in with Command again and get another game that's going to take up so much space in my shelf? But the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Yes, I do. Oh my gosh, this game has so much that I like, and I'm only one scenario in, and I only played against one old one. But it's if this is a sign of things to come, I am I really like it. I really like it. It's good. It's goofy. I feel like it's a guilty pleasure that I like it. It's like, I don't know. It's probably my wife, Mrs. Playthrough, is watching 90 Day Fiance. This is probably my equivalent, right? Like, this is just, it's just big and just like Pulp Fiction-y, and just a lot of crazy stuff going on, and it's really good. So I played Mansions. Mansions really isn't for me. I know people love it. That's just not my thing. I played it a few times. It's all right. I love the card game, obviously, but the card game, you have to build your deck, and then this, and then, oh, it's a lot. The campaign. This is just nice. And I'm somebody who's never played Zombicide. This just appealed to me a lot more when I picked it up. And again, I'm really glad I did. So I only own Season 1, and I bought the Black Goat of the Woods mini expansion, and I bought the Yog-Sothoth mini expansion, which I'm cool with. That's like literally, what, 7 scenarios times 4 old ones with 10 investigators. There's a ton of replayability there. Maybe one day I'll get Season 2. We will see. But for now, Season 1's where it's at, folks. And playthrough 1, here we go with this guy. Look at these minis, man. They're really sick. Really sick. I love, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of wash on them, but they just pop in a way. Like in the Blood Rage minis, when I first looked at them, I was like, all right, I gotta paint these suckers. And that's my only foray into mini painting. I am not a miniature painter. They came out really good. They took forever. I'm pretty happy with them. Don't see myself replicating that process. And this, I don't even feel the urge to paint. I mean, it's just so cool just in its current state. I'd be afraid I'd make it worse instead of better. And this is Hastur. He who shall not be named, the old one, elder one, equivalent of Voldemort. And here we are, and I'm going to say his name left and right, folks. So if you don't hear from me again in the future, you know why. All right, I'm going to put that sucker there because that's where he goes. I've done the entire setup for episode 1, which in Season 1, episode 1 is Blaphemous Alchemy, Season 1, episode 1. Now, what was in this box? Well, in this box was these 15 cards. These are our discovery cards. They are all, I guess every episode will have a stack of discovery cards, which will be related to the episode and what's going on and what you're trying to do. Also in there with 13 fire tokens. Now the base game comes with 8 fire tokens. There's 13 fire tokens in this scenario. They are only supposed to be used in this scenario. So when you're done with the scenario, put them back in the box. Do not use them in other scenarios. It will throw off the balance. Additionally, in this box were 8 of these cards. Now there's 16 cards in my hand. So 8 came from the box, 8 came from Hastur himself. So you combine the 8 cards from Hastur, or the old one that you're using. You combine the 8 cards from the scenario, whatever scenario you're playing, and now you have your 16 card Mythos deck, and it's very cool, and absolutely can see, I mean, at 50%, right? Like that's why I said you have basically have 28 games here between 4 old ones and 7 episodes, because of that 50% of the Mythos deck is combined with the old one. Again, 50% for the old one, 50% with the scenario that you're playing. So that works really well. Finally, what was in that box were these tokens. We have 5 of these tokens. They are labs. The cultists are up no good. They're making trouble in the neighborhood. We have to destroy their labs. That is absolutely right. It's the newest Fresh Prince song. Check it out. So we are going to shuffle these up. They have different effects. The labs have 4 health. You will need to attack the labs. When you destroy a lab, you will flip this over and immediately carry out its effect. The effect, some will actually be very beneficial to you if you are lucky enough to destroy the right lab in the right place. And where do these labs go? Well, we're going to look at this card. And 1 lab goes here, 1 lab goes here. Now that is 3 different rooms in there, right? You can kind of see the wall. So I'll put this in the leftmost room. And then 1 lab is going to go here. And 2 labs are going to be on this part, here, and here. Now, this part and this part are 2 different floors of the same building, and you're connected by these stairs. So this is considered adjacent for this for all purposes. The rules are pretty clear about that. Additionally, we have 6 fire tokens to start on the board. We have 6 cultists that start on the board. We have this beautiful dude. This is a fire vampire. Because every game needs a fire vampire. Yes, it does, kids. So that guy goes here. He has 4 health. And then we have what? A Bayaki. I think I said that right. If I didn't, you can correct me in the comments below. But this is a Bayaki. He goes here. Now, in the game, there are 2 Bayaki. And there are 2 fire vampires. And there are 10 cultists. So when you're told to start the scenario with any cultist on the board, you take out the entire collection of that type of figure, whatever it is, and you put it off to the side, and that is your supply. If you're ever told to place a Bayaki, but both the Bayakis are on the board, then you just don't place the 3rd one because there isn't one. So you don't have to make your spouse or kid dress up like a Bayaki and get in the board game. That would be weird. Now, there are 2 different molds. This is like a command thing, I guess. There are 2 different molds for the cultists. They are functionally the same. So again, Eric Lang likes to give you variety in his games. And that works for me. So down here, what else was in that box? I don't think it. Oh, what else was in the box? So we have the card. No, those weren't in the box. Was this in the box? Yeah, this was in the box to show us. Yes, this was in the box to show us the monsters that are in the scenario, right? So that, yeah, episode 1, Blaphemous Alchemy, monsters. Cool. What came in Hastur's box? Well, we have Hastur. We have Hastur's stages. There's 4 stages. There's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and final stage. You thought I was going to say stage 4, didn't you? I didn't. It's final stage. And then you also have Hastur's little minions. So we have the cultist, no matter what, again, mold it is this cultist. They worship Hastur, duh. And then you have the Hastur disciple, which is some chick in a white robe holding a weapon. Don't you feel safe? That's cool. Now, those are come from Hastur's box. Nothing else was in Hastur's box. Oh, and these yellow tokens. These tokens are bad. They will get put on you, and the more that are there, the worse you will be later. And we'll deal with that then. So, you can't play this true solo, which is, it works for this game. It's fine. So we have these 2, I know, I'm a little sad. I mean, like, yes, I always feel like I have to like justify when I'm playing a game not true solo because it's kind of my thing, right? But this is fine. It definitely works. There's not a ton of upkeep, and I understand just the balancing. I think would be really, really off true solo here in a way. I think it would be hard to cater to. That's my completely underinformed opinion. So there we have it. Now we have each of our characters has a mat. I'm not gonna lie, like the part of me, I don't love like the art, and I don't love like I don't know, the Arkham LCG characters. When I look at the new art, I'm like I find myself more drawn to what's going on there. This is taking me a little bit. I'm like, it's whatever. I'm not get it. It's thematic. It's connected. It doesn't look out of place. It's just not, exciting. But here we are. So I just grabbed the first dude in the stack alphabetically and the first woman in the stack alphabetically. So we have Adam, shoot first, never ask, and Borden. 2 things are life uncertain, death and axes. It's the first time I read that. That's actually really stupid. So, like in a good way. All of this is stupid in a good way. So we have up here, we have our sanity track, and then you'll notice that every 4, every 3 circles. Every one circle over here has the circle, instead of being white with tentacles, is red with a spiral. Certain things will be unlocked that, namely your character's sanity will trigger, and additionally, as your character falls ever more into insanity, his sanity, his abilities will actually improve. It's a very Lovecraftian thing. Now, caveat, I understand that this game is not for everybody, and that the issues of mental health are treated with a certain levity is not the right word, a certain something in Lovecraft that can take a little bit to get used to, and again, won't be for everybody, right? So I understand that, and I'm very sensitive to that in a very real way. It works in this game, and in understanding what this game is, and the idea of the unreliable narrator and cosmic horror and all that, it's part of what you get when you're playing a Lovecraft game, and it's really hard to separate yourself from that. So in that sense, you just have to, if it's not for you, you don't want to play this game because of it, totally get it. For me, it's something I'm willing to accept as part of playing this game. These are the 12 different sanity cards that come with the base game, your patient files A through F, and we will randomly give a sanity card or an insanity card, or a mental illness really, to each of our investigators. And again, when you get to these things, when they trigger, those benefits are normally extraordinarily helpful and strategically part of what you need to be aware of if you're going to really have a chance to win any of these scenarios. So that is what it is. So I've shuffled that enough. What are we giving to Adam? Adam, what's wrong with you? Adam has a fear of crowds. He's an agoraphobe, kids. All right, so fear of crowds. Pathology. Symptoms. Take 1 stress for every other figure in your space, enemy, or investigator. If you are alone, heal all of your stress instead. Not as helpful as the other mental illnesses that I play with, but that will do. Just knowing when you're about to hit that, like healing your stress can be a good thing, and we'll kind of talk about that as we go. And what's the other one? The obsessive disorder. So a little bit of OCD here. We got move your stress to match your health value. Then discard discovery cards as needed until you have the same number of cards on each side of your investigator board. Oh, that's interesting. So one of the things, this game is big. It's really big. Getting it to fit on the table, I was like, do I have to move my camera up? No, we'll make this work. So on either side of our board, we will have discovery cards. And generally they go into a line. I'm going to have to like put these horizontal, and I'm going to make a line across the middle here, and it's going to work. So that's, again, neither of these are as helpful as the other ones I've had, but again, I think we'll work it. So move your stress to match your health value. So that's fine. So hopefully if we keep our health low, wherever the stress is, we'll bring it down to match. So again, they're both more stress management tools if we can use them effectively. Now the making your things match on either side, that's something I'm going to have to keep track of as I pick up some of those discovery cards, and we'll explain how we get those and what we do with those as I pick them as we go. All right, you'll also see these 3 circles on the board. Those are just portals. So you have the yellow gate, we have the blue gate, we have the red gate. These were the various worshippers of Hastur and the various creatures of who are again, I guess, also worshiping Hastur, the various monsters and such. That's where they will spawn. That's where they will enter our world, and that's where we will have to find them and defeat them with axes and death. So, or something like that, as Borden would say. I think that's about all that's worth explaining now. So everything is good for setup. I'm going to flip this over. And the only token on the board I didn't talk about is that it's the starting player token. Looks a little bit like Charlie's Angels, but that's fine. And here we go. Blaphemous Alchemy. Story time with Greg. Very short, this one. Who's worse than cultists? Cultists who've set the place on fire. Another night and another damn ritual to summon an elder god. If we blow up their labs, we can cause a lot of trouble for whatever it is they're summoning. So to disrupt the ritual, we need to destroy 4 of 5 labs by dealing 4 or more total wounds to the labs. And that's going to be with the destroy equipment action. So what's the destroy equipment action? Make a roll against a lab in your space. This doesn't count as an attack. Each success deals 1 wound to the lab. When a lab has 4 or more wounds, destroy it and turn over the lab token to reveal its effect. Now it distinguishes that from an attack because there are some effects of attack, so you'll get like extra die in your roll. But this says, no, it's just a regular roll. So you're going to roll these 3 tokens. Now, if I was like here, if I could have other green ones unlocked, but anything that's specifically for an attack would not, I won't get the benefits for the destroy equipment roll. Now, extinguish fire, make a roll, remove 1 fire token in your space for each success. Again, let's make a roll again. You're just rolling these 3 dice, and then you might have additional green dice for, for whatever purpose. So we'll kind of see that play out. So that is where we're at. There's also, you see, when the Elder One advances, place 1 fire token in each space that has any cultists and no fire. And what does that mean for the Elder One to advance? Well, this Elder One's going to move all the way down this track. If he gets here, game over. If he gets here, he enters the world, or he might enter the world if we disrupt the ritual before then he would enter at the end of that turn. And then we're going to keep track of his progress on this track with this handy dandy token. And every time he progresses, a couple of things happen. First, there's instructions on Hastur's card himself, which we'll get to. And then again, there's also the instructions that I just read that are on the scenario card, and both of that will trigger. So let's get to it, kids, shall we? So we're going to randomly choose our starting player. I'm going to roll a d6 for that. 1, 2, or 3 will be Adam. 4, 5, or 6 will be Borden herself. Who are we going to get? Boom. I rolled a 1. Adam is first. I'm going to use this as a first player token for the camera. I think that'll be helpful. And if it's not, well, I'm doing it for no reason. And that's about it. My problem, not yours. So let's look at Adam. What are his abilities here? So each character in this game has 3 different abilities. Now there are a total of 6, I think 6 basic ones, and then there's a unique one. So his unique ability is Fueled by Madness. If this token up here, this tracker, is ever on one of these spaces, he gets to roll an extra green die. Why is that beneficial? Well, the black dice, you'll see have these tentacle sides. Sometimes the tentacles and a success side, whatever. But every time you roll at tentacles, if you accept that roll, you have to move up in the sanity track. The green dice, they don't cause you to lose sanity, which is nice. Now, they can cause you to take damage if you're being attacked with them. But that's a whole other story altogether, and we will get to that when it comes up. You see other things that we're tracking here. This is tracking stress. Stress you can use as part of dice mitigation, which is really clever. And this tracks your health. You'll see the skull and crossbones there, the skull and crossbones there. If I ever end up on either of those, I'm dead. If Hastur has already been entered into the world, either because the rituals are disrupted or because of... Nope. Yeah, if the ritual was disrupted and I die, fine. I can still potentially win with just Borden alone. Or I can potentially win with just Adam alone if Borden dies. However, if the ritual has not been disrupted yet and I die, then I'm dead. Game over. We lose. Hastur is clearly going to plunge the world into darkness. I'm very sorry. Hug your kids. Now, the other 3 tracks here are basically tracking how strong you get in one of those 3 skills as you level up through, again, losing your sanity. So the Fueled by Madness one, you just basically get extra bonuses when this marker on the sanity track is on the appropriate spot or just after it. The other thing you can level up is marksman, right? So that's unique to Adam. Then you have marksman. You can attack from a target from one space away, because generally you can only attack when you're in the same space. And then you have toughness. You have 1 free reroll when attacked for rolling for fire. So if you get attacked by, what is the bike, he attacks with 2 green and a black. I can say, well, that's going to give me 3 damage and a sanity. I get a free reroll. I can reroll that. Oh, now just 3 damage. That would be a very bad roll if that happened during the game. So we'll have to deal with that. Toughness, you can keep moving this along, and you can do various things with that where you can actually mitigate and reduce the amount of wounds that you take from attacks or from fire. So it's a cool little skill that you can choose what you want to skill up on. If you skill up with marksman, well, now when you're attacking in an adjacent space, you can roll 2 of these dice. There is something with this game that you kind of want to lose a fair amount of sanity early and then just try to stop it late. It's a little bit of a brinksmanship game built in, but again, the further down this track you go, the stronger you get, but then the closer to death you get. It's a really nice tension that is just built into the fabric of this game, and I really like what Davio and Lang have done with that. Borden skills while we're on it. So she has swiftness, which allows her to run by using swift. Normally when you run, you pick up characters as you go. If you continue to go down... Oh, that's the stealth. So swiftness, she can run. She can do a free run action each turn, so she can have 4 actions instead of 3. There's things she can do there. Stealth, it allows her when she runs, she can sneak. So normally when you run, as I was about to say a second ago, characters follow you. But if you have sneak, you can say only one's going to come with me. Now you can get the sneak 3, and then you can just basically run without any of them picking you up. But again, that's an interesting strategy to go with. The other, her unique asset, her unique skill is Savage. When attacking, she can deal 1 additional wound to a target if there are no other enemies in that space. It's a very, very strong ability. And then if she actually upgrades that, that can become another additional wound. So it'd be 2 additional wounds total. And then she gets all the way up to here. It's 5 additional wounds total. It's really, really, really nuts. You know, that's basically 6 damage to a success. And that's additional even if you don't roll any successes. There was a clarification with that, and Davio did clarify that, I believe, initially on Twitter when asked. So we are ready. I think we'll put these dice out of the way, hopefully leave some space for some discoveries. Adam is first. As I said, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. I just keep yammering away here. So what are we going to do? We have 3 actions. Our action choices are he can run. When you can run up to 3 spaces, or Borden, again, because of swiftness, can run 4. We can attack. We can rest. But you can only rest if you're in a safe space, so there can't be any enemies there. So there's a big distinction between if there's an enemy there where you are, not a safe space. If there's no enemies, is a safe space. There could be 17 fire tokens, still a safe space. It's kind of cool. It's cool like that. You can trade. So if I have equipment, you know, in my sides here, I can give it to Borden, and episode actions, I can do the 2 actions that are up here. So extinguish fire or destroy equipment. The back of the rulebook has a beautiful rule summary, which I will be leaning on very heavily. So I played this game enough to do this video. Again, normal caveats. First time for any game is always a judgment call for me, but I feel fairly confident that we'll be able to get a nice little show on the camera today. So that said, let's get the show on the road, or the camera, one of those 2 things. I am attacking with marksman because I can. So I'm attacking one of these bozos. I have to choose which one I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack the one with his hands up because he looks like a bear, and that's about right. So we're rolling with marksman. I roll these 3 dice. I have nothing to further augment that. What do I get? I get 3 misses. Yes. Just so garbage. All right, so I could take stress to reroll one of those. Honestly, no point. I'd have to take way too much stress, so we're going to do a second action. That is the greatest way for me to start any game on this channel. It's just an utter whiff. It's just so poetic. All right, let's take 2. We're going to do second action here. Rolling. I rolled, man, no hits, a sanity roll, and an elder sign. So I'm going to take a stress to reroll the sanity thing. I get another elder sign. I just don't even know what to do right now because that's just garbage. So elder signs are not hits. Only exclamation points are hit. Half of these dice have exclamation points. Half of them. So it's like I've had 6 rolls to roll, and I've already taken 1 that. So yeah, I have rolled 7 dice. Half of those, I should have at least 3 successes, and I have rolled 0. And I only want 2, kids. I only want 2. I'm going to take another stress to roll that. I get a hit and an insanity. I'm going to take another stress. I get a hit. All right, I knew averages had to work themselves out eventually. That was that. That's what I got. So I'm going to put those 2 hits on this dude. He is super dead. And then I take one sanity thing. That's fine. I have 1 more action. I am going to rest. And since I'm in a safe space, there's nothing else there. I'm just going to rest. And when I rest, it means I can heal 3 stress and or wounds. All right. Again, you only do that when you are in a safe space. I'm going to try to time it based on fear of crowds. I can try to time it that I hit this when I'm alone, and then I don't have to worry about the resting as much, but you know, is what it is. All right, so that is done. And the order does matter. You do give the wounds to who you're attacking before then you take the sanity as part of your roll. So again, if you triggered that and the thing's dead, then you would get the benefit of the resetting your stress down to 0 if you're alone. Great. Now remember other figures though. If I'm there with Borden, she would actually trigger fear of crowds, and I might actually add to my stress. So there's so many things. All right. So that was my 3 actions, not the most exciting of turns. What are we going to do with the rest of this turn sequence? I'm going to draw the top Mythos card. Boom. It says conflagration. Yeah, sure. Conflagration. Add 1 fire token to your space and to each adjacent space. And you'll notice that symbol up top. When I get 3 of those in the discard pile, that means the Elder One is going to start advancing because he's a big jerky jerk. Jerky jerk is a technical term. You heard it here first. All right, so that is done. Now I get to investigate or fight. Since I'm in a safe space, there are no other enemies. There are no enemies there. I get to draw 1 discovery token. Yep, I get to do that even in the starting room. So, monkey paw. So you read the middle first and then decide what you're doing. Painted glyphs on the floor. What is going on here? If you have the monkey or a companion, take 2 wounds and discard the monkey. You may claim the monkey paw. If I do, I put this, or I can discard it to gain full health. Man, if I take the monkey paw, each elder sign, so that would be this symbol, counts as not only a success, but also counts toward my insanity. That just seems like a really bad idea. Now, if you already had the monkey as a companion, you take 2 wounds to discard the monkey because, again, you killed the monkey for the paw. That's pretty violent. I don't want anything to do with that card. That's not working for me. Man, for the rest of the game, that every time I rolled an elder sign, I'm losing sanity. Nah, I will be dead. In my estimation, in my limited experience with this game, that would be a super recipe for me dying way earlier than I want to in this game. So that's done. Then we're going to resolve and to turn. I have no fire tokens on me. There's nothing else to resolve, so my turn is over, and we're going to move on to Borden in the red dress. What are you doing? So Borden's going to move. Now she's moving from here. There's a fire token there, so now the fire there doesn't go out, but Borden herself is on fire because clearly her dress caught the edges of that fire as she was going through. It's a rough life. So now she's attacking this dude. He's like, I got a book. And she's like, I don't care. I'm going to put an X in your heart. We're good. So she's going to roll. I'm going to start rolling over here on top of this, less things can go wrong. So she rolls 1 success, 1 elder sign, and it was 1 insanity. It just flipped over a little bit. So that's fine. Now remember, when attacking, she can deal 1 additional wound. There's no other enemies in the space. So that's enough for 2. And she's going to take 1 insanity. But this dude is super dead. So she has 1 more action. I think she's not sneaking yet. She can run additional space. That doesn't make sense. She might as well try to put this fire out. So with her 3rd action, she's going to do the extinguished fire. She's making a roll. She rolls 3 successes. That's the kind of roll I would have appreciated earlier. But, you know, so I'm not going to use any stress here to try to re-roll that. So we're going to take 1 insanity, and then we're going to put out that 1 fire token. We had 2 overkill. Fine. End of her turn, we do the Mythos phase. Well, end of her actions, we draw a Mythos card. Students go mad. If you have a student companion, discard 1 student and summon 1 cultist in your space. We don't have a student companion. Now Borden's going to what? She's going to investigate because she's in a safe space. Furious student. He can't hurt me anymore. I have a gun. Now you can take 1 wound to claim either the Furious student or the pistol. So when you have the pistol, when attacking, you gain one of the green dice. Now, if you have the marksman skill, you gain 2 instead. Or you can take the student. You cannot have both Chester and the professor as companions. Discard 1. The student has 3 extra health, so you can actually assign damage to your companions. I think the pistol's too good to pass up, but I think the pistol's even better to give to Adam over here. But so she's going to take it, and then we're going to try to pass that on to Adam, which, again, with her little disorder here, that's probably better to limit how many cards she has on any one side anyway. All right, so I'm going to move my mic over a little bit. So I'm going to push this right down here off to the side. Now you see it normally should go here. And I know the quality of the video gets a little bit fuzzy at the edges, but I think that'll be enough to see what's going on. All right, Dunskies. We are going to then resolve end of turn effects. There are none. Oh, she has a fire token. So end of turn effects, fire token. The fire token, she has to roll 1 for each fire token that's on her, and it's just going to be like normal attack. So if it's a success, it's a damage to her. If it's a tentacle, she loses a sanity. What do we get? It's a tentacles. Sure, we'll try to get somebody leveled up a little quicker here, and that is fine. So you can also try to mitigate that. There's things you could do there, but at this point, let's just kind of let things be what they are. So, and now I can, knowing that if I don't take any wounds, knowing that I'm 1 away from there, taking a lot of stress, I can match that with my disorder to move this back down to my wounds on the next turn. So we'll try to use that to our advantage. So that is the end of Borden's turn. We're now going to go to Adam's second turn sequence. What's he going to do? Well, he's going to move here. So Adam's going to move there with his first action. We're going to do a trade action where he's going to take this pistol for Borden because, you know, clearly she has an axe anyway. Why does she need a pistol too? She's just being greedy for all the weapons, and no one likes when you're greedy. Now, notice when you do the trade, I couldn't say like, well, I really want the student now. No, you have to keep it on the same side that it was. And this is super important for Adam. Why? Because he has the marksman skill. So this works out really well. So that was already a second action though. So the third action, we're going to do a gunfire attack. We're going to do marksman. I can attack from 1 away. So we're going to roll these 3 dice. We're going to roll 2 of these. Why are we rolling 2 of those? Well, the pistol, since I have the marksman skill, which I do, I gain 2 of these. So I'm rolling these 5 dice and I only need 2 successes. So since I'm rolling so well, we'll see how this goes. I rolled 4 successes and an elder sign. That's more like it. That's a thing of beauty. No sanity loss. We're done with that. This dude is super dead skis. Now, as we get into more complicated rooms, you'll kind of see what's going on. Now, a lot of these things have doorways. Now, you see there's 2 doorways here, and there's always arrows that point from both sides. So we could go through this way. We could go through this way. There's no doorway there, right? Every time there's a doorway, that's a separate room. So when you're moving, this is 1, 2, 3, right? And then I would pick up the fire, obviously. So you just kind of, it's pretty well marked. I haven't really had any trouble seeing what's going on. Things can get a little crowded. One of the biggest complaints about this game, I know Z Garcia was going on about it. I haven't found the things annoying in their size. Could they be a little bigger? Honestly, no, I don't want them any bigger. It's like, this game's already plenty big as far as I'm concerned. I'm good with what's up. So anyway, I digress. What are we doing? We're drawing a Mythos card. Mythos card number 3. It has the symbol and Hastur Disciple. Each Hastur Disciple moves 2 spaces towards me. Oh no! There are no Hastur Disciples yet. That's fine. So we have to summon a Hastur Disciple. Where's that going to go? Right into the yellow gate. And that's just going to chill right there. Hastur Disciple has 2 health. When they attack with these 3 dice. And then if they give you a wound, you can take a yellow side token, which is this, or you have to summon a cultist in that space. It doesn't attack this turn, but it will attack the next turn. It's more of a pain, so you're probably just taking the yellow side tokens, to be quite honest. So we've done the Mythos phase part of this, and then the Mythos card, we can investigate or fight. We're going to investigate. We just got a handy gun. What else can we get? Clutter. Hard to find anything in this mess. You may take 1 stress to claim the beaker. So the beaker, you may discard this card to deal wounds to all labs and figures either in your space, including you, or an adjacent space. Each target takes wounds equal to the number of fire tokens in their space. This could be nice. So to take this though, I have to take a stress. Oh wait, when Borden took the other thing, she had to take a wound. That's fine because she had to take a wound to claim either the Fury student or the pistol. She took the student. And for Adam's going to take a stress to claim the beaker, and again, this has to also go on the left side. His right, my left. I mean, he's facing us, left, right. Come on, it works. All right, so that is done. Now, obviously not a ton of fire on the board yet, but fire will gather, and there could be a good time where that could come in very handy. So we've done the investigation. We resolved the end of the turn. There's no end of turn effects. There's no fire tokens on Adam. Oh wait, there should be a fire token in Adam because he left that space. So there is a fire token in Adam. Man, I'm catching it all. And so we have to roll for fire. So we roll 1 of these dice. Now that would be a damage. However, you have 1 free roll when being attacked by fire, and we need to take a sanity instead. That's fine with me. And then we're going to check there's only 2 of those symbols in the Mythos discard pile, so that's fine. And nothing else we have to do. So Adam's turn sequence is over. Borden, how you doing, girl? So she's gonna move, and I think we try to take advantage of her salvage ability to kill something. So we're gonna have her move 1. Now remember, she can move an extra space because of swiftness, right? So she moved 1, 2, 3. Is that all one? I can't. 3 spaces or 2. Oh, that's just only 2 big rooms up there. So that's fine. There's 3 rooms, 2 rooms up there. So she's gonna move 1, 2, 3, And she takes a fire token because, you know, the hallway was on fire, naturally. And she is now going to attack. She's about to lose some sanity here, but that's fine. She'll skill up. So she's going to attack this big jerk. She's attacking with her 3 dice because she's a savage. 1 damage becomes 2 because of her savage ability. And she rolls 1 damage. Do I want to lose my sanity right now? Maybe not. So I'm going to take a stress to re-roll this die. And it's 2 hits. Beautiful. So this dude is dead. And that was my second action. With my third action, I could rest. Might as well rest. I could try to get some damage on that. Sure, we'll do that. So my third action, I'm going to roll, and we're going to start attacking the lab. So I rolled 2 sanities and no successes. So we're going to take a stress. That's now a hit. I'm going to take another stress. That's now a hit. And do I take another stress? I mean, it's working. It's working. Sure, I'll take another. Well, once I go insane, remember, I'm going back down to here. So I'll let that ride. And I'm going to basically put 2 damage on this. This goes up with my sanity. And this means I go here. So this triggers. So I move my stress to match my health because that has to be even. And I have no discovery cards on either side, so I don't have to worry about the other one, but I do get to level up. How about I level up? I don't know if it makes sense to level up the savage ability just yet. I think the sneak could be a bit more useful. The free run action could be really useful. I mean, sneak. Well, she can already sneak, right? She can only pass 1 enemy, so I'll get a free run action. Let's get 4 actions a turn, and then we'll try to make sure we get up to the end of the savage. But I think that 4th action a turn can be really nice. So fortunately, I did have that 1 wound when I took the pistol, but I guess getting the pistol to Adam I think was really important. So that all worked out. So what are we doing? We're picking up a Mythos card. It does have the symbol. The nearest Hastur disciple moves 2 spaces toward you. So that one goes there. We're summoning another Hastur disciple. Where does it go? It goes here because it goes to the red gate. That's fine. So now we're investigating or we're attacking. Well, there is an enemy in my space, so I cannot investigate even if I wanted to. So we're getting attacked. So we're investigating or fighting. We're fighting here. The Hastur disciples fighting me with 3 greens. So hopefully this doesn't go terribly. What's the roll? Well, it's 2 elder signs, which is nothing, and then 1 damage. So that's fine. We will take it. Oh, if I take a damage though, then we have to get the yellow mark. No, I'll try to mitigate that. So I'm going to take a stress. Let's reroll this. I'm going to take another stress. Let's reroll this. I don't want a damage. Oh, man. I'll take my last stress because I can. Yes, nothing. So no damage. Don't have to worry about the cultist. Don't have to worry about taking a yellow sign. And I'll just have to worry about reducing that soon. All right, now we go to the resolve end of turn effects. I have 1 fire token on me because of that fire, so I'm going to roll this. It is a sanity, so I lose my sanity there, and this token goes away because it's just like it put out the fire. It just made me insane and put itself out because clearly that's how fire works. We are now going to go to the Adam's next turn. So we have Adam's 3rd turn here. And what's Adam going to do? Well, Adam is going to move 1. He's going to take a fire token because he's moving through this room without doing anything about it. Because everyone just likes to be on fire. You know, he's a marksman. He's not even going to move. I mean, it's more action efficient just to go in and just hopefully I get 2 successes, wipe him out, then I'm there. Yeah, we'll go all the way in. We won't use the marksman ability. And that's fine. So actually, it doesn't matter because I have the marksman ability. I still have the pistol. So even though I'm at close range, I still get the extra 2 greens. So there's no benefit for me to stay 1 turn away. But I just had to put that fire token on me. So now I'm rolling these 5 dice. There are things, if I roll from a space away and I had that skill up, then I would actually be rolling 4 of these with the pistol so that you could see why the pistol and the marksman thing really is a pretty sick combination. That's 3 damage, 2 elder signs, so my sanity stays 100% intact. This dude is 100% toast my ghost. And now I have one more action. So I will start to do damage to the lab. Now, this is not an attack. So the pistol does, I can't shoot the lab with my pistol. I don't know why not. I feel like I should be able to, but I can't. So I'm just using a normal dice here. I did not know what that is. Oh, wait. Shoot. I'm the worst. All right. I forgot to do one thing. So there were 3 symbols at the end of Borden's turn. So what happens is the Elder One moves. And when the Elder One moves, a few things happen. First, we're going to spawn when Hastur advances, you gain a yellow side token. So we have to give a yellow side token to Borden, and then we have to do a Hastur disciple in the nearest gate. The nearest gate to Borden is going to be the yellow gate, and then we have to do another cultist at each of the other gates. We get a cultist here, we get a cultist here, and that's it. And then because of the ability on when the Elder One advances, you place a fire token in each space that has any cultist and no fire. Now the Hastur disciples, they're kind of cultists, I guess, but they don't count as cultist figures, so we don't have to worry about this one. But we do have to put a fire token here and a fire token here. That's that. So sorry about that. We have one action left with our boy Adam here. I think we'll just have him shoot. Yeah, we'll just have him shoot with the marksman ability. And I think that'll be a better use of this turn. Let's kind of keep these cultists to a minimum. So he's going to roll 5 dice again. I'm going to roll it over here. Keep forgetting where I want to roll these. So that's 4 successes, no sanity hit. So this cultist is super dead. He's like, I just got here. Well, you're dead. That's about right. One point of note, you realize you do resolve the Elder One effects first. So I had to put that fire token there. So I put the cultist first, and then I put the fire token. So those are resolved left to right. So Hastur's effects first, and then the episode effects second. So that is my 3 actions. Really good rolls there. Did not take any sanity. And now we go to my end of turn sequence. So I do this card. Each investigator with 2 or more yellow sign tokens takes a wound. Borden has 1. Adam doesn't have any, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we summon a cultist in the blue because he's like, dude, I'm going to avenge my brother. You can't kill all of us. And Adam's like, watch me. All right, so our investigator fight, we are going to investigate. Remember, Borden wasn't able to investigate, but we are able to investigate with Adam because no enemies in his spot. Whiskey bottle, discard this card to heal all your stress and discard all your guilty conscience. So desk shoved against the wall. What's in this drawer? You may claim the whiskey bottle. I don't mind if I do. All right, so we have now 3 items over there. I'll just slide this way so we can get this all a little bit more on the screen. All right, and you can't totally read that, but just knowing it's there hopefully is enough for you. I try. All right, we're gonna move on from that. So we've investigated end of turn effects. We have to roll for Adam's fire. He's gonna roll a black die. It is nothing. We had the free reroll. Don't need it because we are too good for that. That's right. It's the green jacket, clearly. Anyway, we're going to move on. Let's go over to Borden's turn. Borden is like, man, that took forever. Just get the rules right the first time. I'm like, I know, I'm trying. So she's going to attack. She's attacking. This is the only thing in the space. It only has 2 health. So we can't rest because it's not a safe space. So we have to kill this thing first. Hopefully we roll really well, and then we can do some rest. We only need 1 damage to make this work, right? So what did I get? I got the 1 damage, I got an Elder Sign, and I got a Sanity. So I'm going to do the 1 damage because of Savage, that's 2 damage. Bye-bye. And then we're going to do the Elder Sign, so I lose another Sanity. The Tentacle, so we lose another Sanity. Elder Sign has no effect. That was my first action. Second action, I'm going to recover. And since I'm moving steadily toward that, I'm going to actually heal the health, and then I'm going to heal 2 stress. And then with my third action, we're attacking the lab equipment and hopefully destroy our first lab. I could have destroyed. Nah. With the reroll, I think that made sense. I could have tried to destroy the lab first, but that's fine. It was only 1 damage, so I like it better this way. Get my thing back. I only needed 1 success to kill Hastur's disciple. The disciple, I need 2 successes to destroy the lab. So what I rolled 2 successes and an Elder Sign. So this is a success and a tentacle. So 2 successes does destroy the lab, but I'm also going to take 1 sanity. So I'll do that before I forget. These two can go there. This flips. What does it say on the other side? Inferno. Place a fire token in this space and in each adjacent space. Ding and ding. So those are all the adjacent spaces. I'll put this over here, and we know we have done one of our 4 laboratories. We are creating havoc in the cultist mists. All right, so that was my 3rd action. So good rolling there. We are going to now go to the end of turn sequence. We have to pull one of these cards. It is a Bayaki. So it is the first of the 3 symbols for Hastur to advance again. We are going to move each. Oh! This Bayaki, I think, had started in the wrong space. Yeah, the Bayaki should have been here anyway. So sorry about that. Just I noticed that last minute, but it doesn't matter because the sucker's moving directly to my space. Like, this girl can't get to break. First the disciple, now the Bayaki. And we're going to summon another Bayaki. Over here, we have a little bit of a crazy convention going on in this little stairwell. Stay away, man. If you saw the stairwell at Gen Con, you should run the other way. Awesome. So, I can't investigate again. I'm going to get walloped by this thing. What is it attacking me with? Well, it's attacking me with 2 green dice and 1 black dice, and when it attacks, the elder sign also counts as a success. So these green dice are mostly just doing damage. This is the one that's going to do sanity stuff as well, so this is not great. I can re-roll 2, however, but this is going to be a wee bit on the rougher side of life. So what do we get? 2 damage. Feels like okay, I guess. I mean, I could re-roll it, but it could end up being 3 damage because you have the elder sign and success side. So I'll just take the 2 damage and call it a day. Not thrilled with it, but you know, Bayakis. What are you gonna do? Yikes. So that is the end of the turn so far. Yeah, I didn't take any fire. I haven't moved. Yeah, I killed the disciple. I defeated the lab, and then I got then I rested in between. So that makes sense. So no end of turn effects to worry about. The discard pile only has 1 of those symbols. So now we go back to Adam's turn. What is he gonna do? Well, he is going to he's gonna attack the lab because he can. So we need to get 4 successes. Hopefully we can do this in 2 turns. He rolls 1 success, a blank. I'm going to take a stress to reroll this one. It's a 2nd success, which is fine. So we get a insanity, 2 successes on the lab. Dude's going to roll again with his 2nd turn. And again, I'll try to keep rolling over here. What do we get? It's a elder sign and a success. I'm going to take a stress, hopefully get 1 more success. It's an insanity, take a stress, 1 more success, please. Ugh. Nope, no such luck. So, but I didn't take any insanity, but now there's 3 damage on this, and we have to use our 3rd turn to do the same thing, and we have no rerolls. That's fine. I want to, if I get this triggered, I go back to 0 and it makes a fear crowd, so I'm in a safe space, so I'm just going to reroll, and I got 1 success and an elder sign. I did not lose any sanity, but this is destroyed. And so we're going to flip this over. So we have 2 of the 4 that we need to disrupt this ritual. And what does it say? Major explosion, deal 2 wounds to all enemies in this space and adjacent spaces. At least that kills the cultist. And it's one of the reasons I just started attacking the lab instead of actually doing the marksman skill on that stupid cultist next door. So those are my 3 actions. At the end of my turn, I have to pick up a Mythos card. It does not have a symbol, so getting a little lucky there. Elder Hastur is taking his time on the track. Students go mad. If you have any student companions, discard 1 student and summon 1 cultist in your space. I do not have any student companions. I have a beaker, a pistol, and a whiskey bottle. Who needs companions? And then we're going to investigate another card for our friend Adam. Locked cabinet. You can probably pry this one open. You may take 3 wounds to claim the amulet of Nagala. If you do not, claim the spirit. The spirit's not great. Amulet of Nagahal, I guess. If you would take wounds from fire, you may instead deal that many wounds to 1 enemy in your space. Can be interesting, but it takes 3 wounds. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just plan on resting next turn. It's a little scurry, but we'll make it work. So we have now 4 things because Adam is greedy. Just wants everything to himself. And that will go right there. Again, there's no limit to the number of discovery cards you can take. It's pretty nuts. All right, so what else do we have to do? There's no end of turn effects, no fire tokens. We're totally good. There's only one of those in the discard pile, and we go to Borden. Borden's got her hands full. She's got a big, ugly Bayaki in her face. She can't rest, which is unfortunate. So, again, we're not taking full advantage of her disorder, getting her stress down. But we have this free run action. So she can, when she runs, she can sneak once. That's interesting. So if she just runs out of there, the Bayaki just stays. So she can sneak once a turn. So if she wants a run. So she could like run here, that won't follow. Then she could run there, and she can get over there. I don't hate that because then she could heal, get to a safe space. But man, if she runs, I mean, that's a lot of fire tokens, kids. That is a lot of fire tokens. Is all I know. I mean, she could try to kill the Bayaki. It just mean she would need 2 successes and the sucker would be dead. If she levels up, she could get 3 ones. I didn't think I'd be worried about anyone with cultists or disciples for a while. So, you know, if I have the free run, I might as well take advantage of it. I just don't know if I want that much fire. And the other thing too is if you run, these suckers just follow you. So it's not like I'm forced to stop there, right? I could use the sneak to get away from the Bayaki, but then she'll follow me if I wanted to try to get over there to start defeating that lab, which I kind of do. So 3 fire tokens worth it? I think so, because I could heal. I can do some stuff. All right, so we're going to do her first action. She's going to run. We're going to sneak past the Bayaki because he's ugly. And she's going to go 1, 2, 3. Hastur Disciple's like, you can sneak past that ugly thing with wings, but you ain't sneaking past me, man with an axe. And it's like, you have a gun, I have an axe. Who's going to win this? Nothing. So, who do you think? I will. All right, so we're going to take these 3 fire tokens because Borden's really on fire. This girl is on fire. And now she's going to attack. She's attacking with these 3 dice. She only needs 1 success because the Hastur Disciple has 2 health. And Borden rolls 2 success and 1 sanity loss. Yeah, fine. Do I want to re-roll that? Maybe. No. Yes. No. Sure. Well, if I go insane, I might as well try to re-roll that. Because if I go insane, it's going to, you know, it's going to move down. So I'm going to take a stress to roll that. And now it's 3 successes. Awesome. So it's really 4 damage. You're very dead. So that was my second action. And with my third action, I'm in a safe place now. So I'm going to rest. I'm going to heal up all the way and heal 1 stress. Now, if I take any sanity rolls, this will go all the way down to meet up with my health. Maybe. Right? So we're going to end there. That's my third action. And we're going to do... Oh, I had a free run action. Yeah, so free run action because I leveled up on that. So don't forget that. So that was my first action. Second action was to defeat that thing. Third action was to rest. Fourth action is I'm going to start doing some damage to this ugly lab in my way. And I'm going to roll 3 dice. That's 3 successes and a sanity loss. I don't hate that. So 3 successes. I'm going to put 3 damage on the lab. And then I take the sanity loss. What happens there? Well, I get a green die for all my rolls from now on, which is super nice. We do obsessive compulsive. My stress goes down to meet my wounds. And then I can level up another thing here. So I will take savage. Do I want to sneak 3 times? Maybe. Maybe. Sure. I'll just do that. It's a different... Savage is so strong, though. Savage is really strong. We've really cleared out. I mean, more and more are going to come on, though. Yeah, I think her savage ability is so strong that to kind of hide behind the sneak is just a little bit weird. All right, that is the end of Borden's main turn. So she is going to pick up a card. It does have a symbol, so that's a second symbol in the pile there. Conflagration, add 1 fire to your space and each adjacent space. We have 2 fire. We just fire everywhere for Borden, which is going to start being a problem. All right, so we do the end of turn effects. We There are none, but there is. We have to roll for fire. So it says resolve end of turn. So I'm going to try to use a terminology here. Oh, before that. So we took the Mythos card. We now get to do a discovery card with Borden. Very exciting. So this cage contains a one-handed lab monkey. It looks at you cunningly. If you have a guilty conscience, take 1 stress. I can claim the lab monkey, or I can heal all of my stress and claim the guilty conscience. I don't want to heal my stress. I will take a lab monkey, because why the heck not? So the lab monkey is going to go over here. It just gives me at least 1 extra health. And then if I want to get a supply over to Adam, I can just discard the monkey and send it on its way, because the monkey has 1 hand. Get it? It's a thing. So now we do the end of turn. End of turn effects. There are none. Fire. I have 3 fire tokens. So I have to roll 3 of these. 1 damage. That's totally fine. We will call that a win. So fire tokens go away. I was on fire times 3 and only got 1 damage because I am Teflon. Or is Teflon fireproof? I think so. Bulletproof? No, I don't know. Whatever. I am fireproof. That's the word I'm looking for. So we are now gonna go to Adam's turn. I am still. There's like no one. We've just killed everything. Adam still isn't even here. This is like eerie. So we only need to kill 1 more of these labs, and we're gonna be in fairly good shape. I think we try to kill this Bikey before it becomes a problem. Sure. Oh, Adam's stress is all the way at the top. Oh, and his health is garbage too. So this is fine. We're gonna rest, and then move 1, 2. So we get a fire token for moving through there. And I don't want to be on this yellow gate. That's just a bad idea. So we'll go 3 and we'll get a 2nd fire token. And then I can reroll fire tokens because I'm tough. Don't forget how tough I am. I'm Adam, yo. Cool. So I think that made the most sense of Adam's turn. So we're going to draw a Mythos card. What is it? It is not a symbol. That's nuts. Monsters in the labs. Each fire, vampire, and Byakhee moves 1 space toward you. So it's all moving toward Adam. So this fire vampire is going to move. I could move him here, because it's either way, it's 1 space away. I'll move him down here because they're both 2 spaces away. Either way, 2 spaces away is what I meant to say. So this fire vampire is going here. The Byakhee is going to move here. And this Byakhee is going to move here. All right. Now we're summoning a fire vampire on yellow. And we're summoning a Byakhee on blue. But we have both Byakhees on the board because we didn't kill him. We've been very merciful to the Byakhee that's been chilling up there for a while. So we don't have to summon any more Byakhees. And notice we, again, did not get the symbol. So Hastur is still being remarkably slow on the upkeep here. So we do not, on the uptake here, not upkeep. So we do not get to do an investigation because now we have a Byakhee in our face. And he's super ugly. The Byakhee is rolling 2 greens and a black. And remember, Elder Signs also count as successes. It rolls 3 successes. Oh. That's 3 damage. This is really bad. If you would take wounds from fire, you may instead deal many wounds to an enemy in my space. So that's the amulet. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And I have the whiskey bottle too. So I have some really good options here. That's too much. I mean, but the 1 sanity puts me here, which gives me an extra roll. So there is that. I definitely don't want all this. Oh, and the Elder Signs damage too. So that's actually double damage. Oh. So I'm going to take 1 stress to reroll this one at least. That's better. So fine. 2 damage, 1 sanity. What happens? Take 1 stress for every other figure in your space. So I take 1 stress for that. If I was alone, I would heal all my stress. But then I get to level up. I will level up on this. So I gain the extra green while I roll, whether this is on the thing or it's 1 away. That will really add up. I'm going to try to get up this track. Toughness track is a hard, man. Reduce wounds taken and loss of sanity 1 when attacked. And that's cumulative. I think that's too strong. No, it's wounds taken. And you may, I don't have to. So if I do toughness, you may reduce wounds taken and loss of sanity. It says 1 and 1 when attacked or only for fire. So I think that's probably better. And I don't have to. So if I would take wounds from fire, and then I could deal it. So we'll see what I rolled here. But I think this will help preserve my sanity and also help keep me on that for a bit longer to get the extra green. Yeah, I don't think the marksman makes all that much sense just yet. So that is the attack. That is done. I have carried out all the effects, and now we are going to roll for the resolve and the turn. And the turn effects are on. We have to roll for the 2 fire tokens. I would love 2 successes, please. I get 1 success and a sanity. I get to reroll one of these. I'll reroll this one. It is a nothing. So I will reduce the sanity, so I don't have to take that now, but I will give I'll take the damage when I would get wounded. No, I give the wound, and I'm going to give this wound to this ugly Bayaki who's in my face, and I'll put 1 wound on him, like so, which is fine. So now I should be able to knock him out. My first action next turn, and then we can get in here and start dealing with that lab. And the turn sequence is done. We put this back on Borden. How you doing, Borden? I'm fine. How are you? All right, that's exactly how she sounds. She has a very weird voice. So she's attacking with 3. Remember, she has a free run action, but she also, there's those suckers. Maybe I should have done the sneak 3 times. Maybe that was a better choice. We don't know. You just don't know, kids. You just don't know. So she's rolling. She rolls 1 success, 1 loss of sanity. She'll take a stress to try to get away from that, I think, while she can. It's fine. So 1 damage is fine. It's all we needed to defeat this lab. And this lab says, Inferno, place a fire token on this space and each adjacent space. That is way too much fire for one little girl in a red dress to handle. So that's fine. That was her first action. Second action, I think she's going to have to put out some of these fires, if I'm not mistaken. So a fire extinguisher of sorts would be nice, and that is an item you can find in this scenario. At least we got the pistol. Borden's going to go again. So her first action was she defeated the lab. We have 3 labs down. She's now going to try to put out some fires. Oh, she gets another thing too. So I've gypped myself out of a green, which is fine. It obviously didn't make a difference in the last roll. But in this roll, she's trying to put out fires. And what do we get? I'm going to keep rolling it over here. There's too much that can go wrong in the middle. So a blank, we have 2 elder signs, 2 successes, no sanity loss. I think that makes some sense. So we will take out 2 of these fires. We have a free move action. I'll move. Oh man. I mean, you get those cards where the stuff starts moving at you. So, I mean, we're really, hopefully we'll get a super unlucky Mythos card here. So she's going to move here. So this gives her 1 fire token on her, and that's a free move action. And then she'll try to put out these fires while she's here. So there's 2 fire tokens. She rolls 2 successes and a sanity. So we'll take 1 stress to try to deal with that. It's 3 successes and a sanity, another stress to try to deal with that. And that's fine. So we take 2 successes. Both of these tokens go away. And her sanity wanes a little bit further on the path of badness. Fine. So that is done. We go to draw a Mythos card. What is it? Oh, we're still not doing it. So each investigator rolls a black die for each yellow token they have. So Adam has 0. They take 1 wound for each success and 1 loss of sanity loss for each tentacle roll. So Borden is going to roll. Oh, it says, or at the end of the turn, advance Hastur to track to their 3. No. I don't want to do that. Borden's like, heck no. I'll roll for my 1 yellow token. We're totally good. Oh, nothing. King in yellow's got nothing. Hastur, just stand over there with your tentacle self. This is nuts. We have had so many turns. I think like half of these cards have that symbol. So this is a really crazy lucky shuffle, to be quite honest with you. So that's done. We have to resolve the fire token now. Yep. Investigate or fight. No, she gets to investigate too. That's right. Oh, yeah, I was there before that. That's right. I was making sure I didn't have to discard that with my obsessive disorder. Nope, I do not. So what is this? Medical supplies. And the nice thing, it goes on my left, so that will really balance things out. Has to be something useful here. You may claim medicine. I can discard this card to heal all wounds from 1 investigator in your space, including you. That's fine. So I'll put 1 of these suckers on either side of my card. And I didn't have to take any stress or any wounds to take this. I just grabbed some medical supplies. They were chilling in this hallway next to the fire vampire Because that's what happens, kids. And we're good. Her turn is over. We're going to now go to Adam's turn sequence. And what is Adam looking to do? Well, Adam's got his handful with a freaking Bayaki. So his first action is he's definitely going to attack. Now, what's he attacking with? Well, he's got the 3 base dice. The marksman, he has the pistol, so he gets 2 more dice. And because he's on his thing, fueled by madness, he gets another dice. So he's rolling 6 dice. He only needs to do 2 damage, right? Shouldn't be that hard for someone as marksman-like as Adam. So we're going to take these 6 dice, roll them here. We get 3 successes, no sanity loss. Bye-bye, Bayaki. It was nice knowing you. I mean, not really, but you know. Tell Mom I said hi. We are now done with that action. Adam's going to move. We take a fire token on him because, you know, he's on fire. And then he's going to roll. He's going to roll. Give me another green because of the sanity. That's not related to an attack. So we do get that 1 green. And we're going to roll these 3 dice and this other die. Do I want to get all my... No, not really. I mean, the other thing I'm thinking about is, do I rest before I get too deep into this little excursion? So the thing with the Amulet of Nagahal, that's interesting in that it only... You have to discard it to another... you have to take the wound. The wound either goes to you or you put it on top of another figure. If there's no other figure, you're getting wounded. So there's no other figure there. But I think this might be a good opportunity to rest. I'll hold on to the whiskey bottle and I'll kind of get myself a better setup to destroy that lab next turn. Plus, if it's a major explosion, there's nothing adjacent to me. So I'm gonna rest 1, 2, and 1. That is Adam's turn. And then there's no connection here. So everything here is 2 spaces away from me, no matter how you cut it, which is kind of nice. So, end of the turn, we get a Mythos card. Here we go. Now we advance. For each investigator rolls 1 thing for each yellow sign they have. So this is the same thing, dude. And it was nothing. I don't have any yellow signs for the millionth time. And Borden does. So Borden has to roll. She gets nothing. We're good. So we summon a cultist in yellow. Cultist goes here. Uh-oh. Borden's like, man, I really should have done that sneak 3. That would have been a lot better. So, yeah, I don't know what she's going to do. She's kind of useless right where she is. So, end of the turn sequence. Oh, before I do that, Adam is going to investigate. Can we get something on his right side, please? Janitor, did Jerome make it? If you have guilty conscience, take 1 stress. You may take 2 stress to claim the janitor or 1 stress to claim the ammonia. I'll take 1 stress to claim the ammonia. Because, I don't know, I might want it. That's nuts. He has so many things. All right, we're going to just start putting some of his stuff on the right up here. And I will cover up this side so no one gets confused. Because I don't got room. It's not working. It's not working, kids. So we'll put that here. It's on the right. Trust me. So now what? And the rest of the turn sequence, we has 1 fire token on us. We have to roll for that. And remember, I can ignore 1 loss of sanity or wound by 1 when rolling for fire. Great. I ignore the wound because I have the 2nd level of toughness. This goes away. We did have 3 of those. So we have to advance the elder one. So we shuffle these up, reconstitute the Mythos deck. Oh, Borden, I'm coming for you. I think. I don't know. So Savage is useless because there's so many friggin' enemies in that 1 space right next to her. She can rest, I guess. Alright, so Hastur moves. We're summoning a disciple in the closest gate to Adam, and then we summon a cultist in each other gate. Since all the cultists are in place that have fire, we don't add any more fire tokens again, which is the scenario effect. That is the end of that. And now we go on to Borden's turn. I mean, even if she sneaked, I mean, it's not good. Every time, so she runs, she has a free run. Oh, that would be interesting. That could be interesting. She could run, sneak by 1, 3 would follow. She could run again, sneak by 1, 3 would follow. I mean, it's silly. But then she could at least maybe kill something. Maybe. I mean, it's better than her doing nothing, right? Well, she has to rest too. I mean, if I trusted her to like roll like a beast, you have a free move, 3 would follow though. So if she moved, we'd be down to 2, attacked, but then we got all this to deal with. We have all this to deal with. So, by the way, to the ammonia, I didn't read the side. It said you may discard this card and the bleach card to deal 6 wounds to all figures either in your space, including you, or an adjacent space. So it can be a really nice ability if we find the ammonia. So, oh man. I'm pretty sure I rolled for her fire last time. I just forgot to take the token off of her. Forgot to take the token off of her. Almost positive. I will notate in the video if I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I did. Borden, what are you doing? So she's gonna rest. If I take any wounds, I have medicine. Run, kill something. She has an extra die now. She can get attacked by the Bayaki. I think that makes some sense. It's nuts though. I did want to get her stress down. That's fine. So she has a free run, so she's gonna move in here. These 3 are gonna follow her. And then she's going to run again. She gets a fire token because she ran through that. She's going to run again. She has sneak. We'll leave one of the cultists, and now she's in this room. And again, she had the additional action, the additional run action. So now she's going to attack this cultist. He's like, I give up. Don't put the axe in my chest. She's like, no, your time has come. All right, by the way, so she left that thing too. She has another fire token. And what happened? Who triggered the thing? It was Adam. So Adam gets a yellow sign token. So many things to remember. It's like, just read it. If you read everything, Greg, you won't make any mistakes. But, easier said than done. So, you're reading everything every time. It's a tough thing to do. We are now going to attack, and hopefully we get 2 successes. We kill this cultist. The Bayaki attacks us. No big. And I can use a medicine to heal all my wounds on my next turn. Is the plan. That's the plan in my head. So she's attacking with her last action. So we have 1 dice and 3 black dice, and she has all of her stress to mitigate this. So we're gonna roll. It is 3 successes, 1 sanity. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I wish I attacked the Bayaki, but I didn't. Cultist is super dead. There are some skills where you can, it's like, I think it's a level of brawling, I think, where you don't have to decide what you're attacking first. And that's really nice. And then we just take the 1 sanity. And then you could just like divvy up wounds as you want. But, this is fine. So we'll take that 1 sanity. And now we're squared off against the Bayaki for the next turn. So that was our 4 actions, again, including the 1 free run action. We grab a Mythos card. So it does have a symbol. Each cultist moves 1 space toward you. Well, that's not nice. So this goes here. This goes here. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. Now, again, it's not the disciple, it's just a cultist. So now we're crowded again. I was like, man, I just killed one of you. And then we summon a cultist in the red. Cool. So first card off is a symbol. Hastur's probably going to move a little bit quicker. Just law of averages speaking. Right? So now we're not investigating. We're getting attacked. We will get attacked by the cultist first. The cultists roll 2 of these. And again, I have full stress to mitigate some of this. They get 1 success and an elder sign. The elder signs do not count as successes. That is only a Bayaki special. I probably should have grabbed the fire vampire, to be honest with you, because she's doing 3 damage, 2 damage additional total. She's rolling the green. Yeah, this changed nothing. Obviously I didn't attack anybody. We'll do that. I'd rather the fire vampire attack me. All right, so we get the 1 damage. That's gonna go here. Right, yeah, because I just rested to heal all my stress because I know I have the medicine chilling. Now, so that was the cultist attacked me, and now the fire vampire is going to attack me. And we're rolling 2 blacks and a green. And since he's attacking, we get a fire token there because clearly it's a fire vampire. What did you expect? So just the 1 damage, and the elder sign does not count as a success. That is a Bayaki special. So not bad, especially since I have the medicine. That looks fairly good for me. We're going to do the rest of the end of turn effects. There's only 1 of those in the discard pile, so that's fine. We have to roll for fire. We're rolling 2, and it is nothing. It's an elder sign and a blink. So that worked out fairly well. We're going to go over to Adam's turn sequence. What's he going to do? Well, Adam is attack. Well, he had this fueled by madness. I think I'd rather take advantage of that as long as I have it to try to put some damage on this this lab here, right? Because we still need to kill this 4th lab to disrupt the ritual. So I'm rolling a 3 black, and then fueled by madness gives me another. It's not an attack, so I don't get the marksman benefit, the pistol benefits. With destroying equipment, So that's 4 hits. What? This is awesome. So, be a major explosion. Be a major explosion. Be the change you want to be. All right, 2 wounds to all enemies in this and adjacent spaces. There's no enemies. It doesn't go on yourself, just the enemies, because you're really careful when you destroy that equipment. So both of these dudes are dead anyway. And that, my friends, is the 4th lab destroyed. So at the end of this turn is when we realize that, the ritual is disrupted. So we're going to start having to deal with the ugly man himself, which might be a lot sooner than is ideal, considering that neither Borden nor myself are really set up to start really hacking away at this dude. But that's fine. What are we doing? That's what I ask myself every day. Man, if I get up here, I get a free attack per turn against the target not in your space. Wow. And I didn't lose any sanity. Like, I'm like, this whole turn is like all confusing now. So we don't have to worry about this lab at all because we killed the other 4. We just destroyed the other 4. Somehow, if I go here, the problem is it's 1 space away from all these suckers. So that's not ideal. But it will allow me to take shots at the Bayaki and probably just kill it. And that could be helpful. My stress is up. I have the whiskey bottle though, so I don't hate that. So I'm going to move. I'm going to take a fire token on me. But remember, I still have the amulet of Nagahal, and I have the toughness, the 2nd level of toughness, so that's fine. And then with my 3rd action, we're attacking that Bayaki. So I'm rolling 3, 4, because I'm fueled by madness, and then 2 more because of the pistol. So I'm rolling 6 dice at this Bayaki that is adjacent because of the stairs. And that is 1, 2 successes. I'm going to take a stress. Please give me a success. I have a chance to do it. Failed. So 2 damage on the Bayaki. I took no sanity. And then I'm going to discard the whiskey bottle to reset my stress back to 0. Thank you, whiskey bottle, for all of your service. And I might as well put the ammonia here, and hopefully I get this bleach pretty quick. So, end of Adam's turn. We're going to pull a Mythos card. It's a 2nd one with a symbol. Each figure in your space, in a space of an undestroyed lab, takes a wound, doesn't apply. Also, each investigator with a guilty conscience takes 2 stress, doesn't apply. If it did apply and you couldn't take stress because you were at your limit, then you would take wounds. It's one of the few times that getting at your limit in stress could actually cause other damage beyond the lack of ability to mitigate dice rolls. So that's done. So now we have to do the rest of the end of turn sequence here. So we're going to do investigation. Is it bleach? It is bleach. You may discard. Right. Assistant janitor. I got away, but he is going to kill us. We have to hide. If you have a guilty conscience, take 1 stress. You may take 2 stress to claim the assistant janitor, or 1 stress to take the bleach. I'm glad I used the whiskey bottle, because now the bleach and ammonia, that is 6 wounds to all figures in your space. Wow, it's nuts. Deal 6 wounds to all figures. That's not combined. You don't have to spread that out. You deal 6 wounds to all figures in either your space, including you, or an adjacent space. Well, if you deal 6 wounds to you, it'd be a sacrificial thing. But that's nuts. But we can use that in some really significant ways. So that's a nice combination of a bunch of stuff that went our way. And now we're going to check the discard pile. There's 2 symbols, not 3. And we'll have to roll for fire first. So I'm going to roll for this 1 fire. Again, I get to negate the damage because of 2nd level of toughness. So that's adding up in a really beneficial way. And now, again, as fire tokens accumulate 2. Again, I still have the beaker. So we'll see how that works. So that is all of that. But we checked the discard pile. We're fine. Check Elder One summoning. Oh, yep. The ritual was disrupted. So we move the stage 1 card to the side and resolve the stage 2 card effect. So we'll put this right here and that will work. Stage 2 card. When revealed, summon Hastur into your space. So Hastur is gone. He only got 2, but now this represents him going forward. So when Hastur moves, effects will apply. And Hastur comes to my space. Hello, you ugly thing. Yeah, Borden's got some magical potential here. So we'll see what we can pull off with her. We are going to... She can discard her wounds. All right, so then whatever. Hastur, and then summon 1 Hastur disciple to the nearest gate. The nearest gate is here, so we have 3 of the 4 Hastur disciples on the board. If they start moving, that could add up real quick in a very unfortunate way. Hastur has 12 health, so if you defeat Hastur in stage 2, guess what? We go down to stage 3 Hastur, and so forth and so on. So then we resolve any end of turn effects in order. However, there are no end of turn effects to be resolved yet for the Elder. So there's different end of turn effects. There aren't many in this scenario, at least none that I've really seen. There are Elder end of turn effects that will start triggering once we get to stage 3. We're going to go to Borden. Borden is in a predicament. So Borden, if she kills, runs, attacks. Hastur is only attacking with 3 greens, which actually isn't terrible. She could run attack, which is bizarre. She could run, kill the fire vampire. This guy has 2 damage on him already. Adam, what have you done? When she sneaks, so when you get to level like 3 sneak, you can, when you run, during a run you may take 1 investigator with you when leaving. So you could actually take the investigator and no, but they would still follow the investigator, I think. I guess that would trigger. I guess those would go together with stealth. So if you're going and since she has stealth, the enemy wouldn't follow you. Maybe, I'm not so totally positive about that. It's not really gonna matter. My big concern is if I'm running this way, I'm taking just an unbelievable number of fire tokens with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, she would literally have 5 fire tokens before she would get. She would just be full of fire. Lots of fire. But she could do 3 damage. So Adam's marksman ability is, well, I guess, again, it doesn't matter because I didn't do level 1 marksman yet, so I'm still rolling the 2 greens because of the pistol. The big problem is he can't do ammonia. He can't do the ammonia bleach thing because it would kill him. And I don't want him to die. Now, if that's interesting. On his turn, if he moves, Hastur stays with him. If he gets a bunch of fire tokens and then he has the amulet of Nagahal, that would be a really interesting strategy. Of course, his Bayaki is still alive. So I guess the real question right now that I'm trying to figure out, is it worth trying to get Borden in there to do all this damage when Adam's going to be rolling 3 blacks and 2 greens a bunch? No, it's not going to be enough. I think we need to get an attack in there with Borden, preferably 2. So one thing to remember too is that Adam also has the beaker, which gives damage to the number of wounds in this, damage equal to the number of fire tokens in the space. So that'd be just 1 extra damage. But again, he can only use that on his turn. Pulling Borden in is interesting because there are just all these suckers are just waiting in the wings to wreak some havoc. So I think the best I do right now is I get 1 attack with Borden. We deal with the fact that she'll be completely engulfed in flames in a pretty significant way. So we're going to discard the investigator, not the medicine, to heal her health all the way. She heals all her wounds. She just sucked that medicine out. She's like, there's a fire vampire. What can I do? I'll take medicine. That is right. She's very much with it to realize that she had those powers. I really wish that Bayaki was dead. That was an unfortunate roll on Adam's part, because if this thing was dead, it would really make this turn a lot simpler. Because if I take the fire vampire, I just need 2 successes. I can kill a fire vampire because it's 2 additional wounds. It's fine. So she's gonna run. She's gonna sneak. 1 enemy doesn't follow, so she's gonna go into here. She takes 2 fire tokens on her and counting. She's now doing a savage, so that's a free action. She's doing a savage attack on this jerk. So she's attacking with 3 dice, 4 dice because of her sanity track. And she only needs 2 successes. Only. I say only, like this is a thing. So we get 2 successes. 3 successes, 2 elder signs. Oh, yes. That's effective. We're good. So that ends up being a total of 5 damage. Fire vampire dead. Because you don't mess with Borden. That's right. So that was her first action. She's now going to move, and she's sneaking by the wounded Bayaki. She gets 1, 2, 3 more fire tokens. So that roll is going to be really interesting. And now she's doing an attack on Hastur. Now Hastur will attack her with what? She's going to attack her with 3 greens. Remember, she has full stress and full wounds, so it's a little risky, but I think this is going to make it most likely that Adam's going to be able to kill Hastur on his turn, and that's going to really help us to see where we're at. So she's going to, yeah, well, it's going to get a little hairy, but I think this is the way to do it. So she's doing a normal attack. Again, we get 2 additional wounds coming Hastur's way. She rolls 2 damage. It's a bunch of sanity, but if it's 2 sanity, that's fine because she'll just heal this. Yeah, so I might as well use all the stress I can, because once that triggers, we'll just move it. We'll move it back. So we'll just keep doing this until I get another success here. It's, yeah, cool, another success. So 3 damage, 5 damage onto Hastur. And I'm just going to put it right on his card here. And then she takes 2 sanity. That means she can level up again. We'll try to get to this 5 damage total now that Hastur's out. I think that's going to be the thing to race for. But obsessive compulsive, this goes down to wound level, and then I have to discard the one-handed lab monkey because of they were uneven. So this is just discarded. So those were her 4 actions. Again, she had a free run. She snuck, left as close as to buy. She killed the fire vampire. She snuck, came in here, and she did 5 damage to Hastur, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. We're going to pull the Mythos card. What do we get? It is definitely, it's still not another symbol. Each investigator 2 more yellow signs. Everyone only has 1, which is nuts. Oh, monsters and cultists gain a thing when they attack. Have a monster or cultist gain since we got the stage 2? No. So let me not forget that. So monsters and cultists gain 1 green die. So it doesn't have a disciple, but the cultists and the monsters will all have 1 extra green die when they attack. Oh, if the target is 2 more yellow signs, which I don't. We're good. So each investigator 2 more yellow signs takes wound. There is none, and we summon a cultist to the blue gate. Ha! Who cares about your blue gate? That's fine. You can chill right there. Now, we're going to do an attack because we're not investigating. Hastur's attacking with 3 of these dice. Again, we still have full dice mitigation available to Borden in that she has 4 stress she can take. So what do we get? It's 1 damage. Not a bad roll for us. And now we have the moment of truth. As we go through the rest of the turn sequence, we are going to do the fire roll. So we have to roll 5 of these black dice. Now we only have 3, so we'll just roll 3, keep track of what we rolled, and then we're going to roll 2 more. In total, we have 2 damage and an elder sign. I might try to mitigate some of that, so we'll see. This is going to be the 4th roll, see what it is. It's a blank, and this would be the 5th roll. It's a sanity. So I'm fine with the sanity. Let's take a stress to try to reduce 1 of these damage. That's a 2nd sanity. Am I that fine with sanity? Honestly, I do want to get up to that 5 damage. Yeah, so I'm going to take the 1 wound, 2 sanity, and that will give me not only another level up, it also gives me another green die on all my rolls, and I will absolutely take that. So, all good. All good. I like it. I like where we're at, kids. So this the 2 wounds is fine. Again, I can rest, get that back to 0 on both counts. We are not doing anything. We're not summoning anything. There are no Elder End of turn effects. That doesn't start till stage 3. So we are going to go to Adam's turn. Adam, finish this off, dude. So Adam is going to attack with his pistol. He's still on this Fueled by Madness thing. So we get 2 green dice because of the pistol, because he has a marksman ability. We get the 1 die here because he's Fueled by Madness. And then we get the 3 black dice here. We are 7 damage away from defeating Hastur. So let's see how this goes. We're rolling these dice. We get 1 success, 2 success, 3 success, 2 sanities, and an elder sign. I will take 1 stress. Let's try to get a 4th damage on this sucker. No, at least I limited the sanity thing. But I'm rolling 1 less die next turn, which makes me nervous. So I'm going to do 1 more time. Come on, success. There we go. Beautiful. So it's 4 damage, 1 sanity. And remember, so now I'm not Fueled by Madness. That's why I'm going to have 1 less die. So 4 damage to Hastur. So that goes from 5 up to 9. And now I just need 3 more damage with my 2nd action. I'm not in a safe space, so I can't rest. I'm going to roll just the 2 dice because of the pistol, these 3. And I just need 3 successes with these 5 dice. and I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and 2 sanities. It's a little overkill, so I'm going to just try to mitigate, try to get 1 less sanity loss. I did. That's fine. So I'm going to do all the damage to Hastur. Hastur is defeated with stage 2. I take the 1 sanity. These dice come over here. I still have 1 more action, and then we're going to read what happens here. Now, these just get laid here. And again, so all these are still in effect. So when Hastur advances is still in effect. Monsters and cultists still get the extra green dice when they attack. So all that stuff is still in effect. And I'm knocking Hastur over because I'm so excited. All right, one revealed. So Hastur's attack now, it went from 3 green dice to 3 black dice. Now when we move Hastur to the red gate, and each investigator with 2 or more yellow sign tokens takes 1 wound. So we have, that hasn't applied yet, which is bananas. This is a very busy red gate. I don't love it. It's kind of like something with these Mythos cards is going to make this go real sideways, real fast. And man, at some point, if I had that up, I could gain 2 more green. At some point, I'm going to want to do that. That's definitely a thing. So he moves there. So at the end of each turn, you gain a yellow. So whoever's turn it is gets a yellow sign token, which obviously would mean that we're going to have 2 yellow signs each pretty quick. And remember, we are going to advance pretty soon as well, which means when we advance, you gain a yellow sign token as well. So yellow sign tokens are going to be starting to being given out like candy. What am I going to do? Adam's going to discard the ammonia and the bleach. Oh man, why am I worried? Why was I worried? Don't even ask. So do 6 wounds to all figures either in your space or in adjacent space. So that's nuts. That's 6 wounds to level 3 Hastur. That kills the fire demon, and that kills the 3 disciples. And that's some crazy ammonia and bleach, kids. That's caused a giant explosion. That's what I did. And Hastur's still chilling there. I think I could attack Hastur from there because he's 1 away, but I think I'm just gonna rest and let me get my stress down while I have the chance. Right? Those are my 3 actions. We're done. We're gonna go to the Mythos phase. It's still not a thing, man. It's nuts. All right, students go mad. If you have any student companions, discard 1 student and summon 1 cultist to your space. I have no student companions. I just have an amulet of Nagahal, which is great. And then I'm in a safe space now, so I get to discover something. What am I discovering? Up to no good. The professor, he asked me to help. I'm not in trouble, am I? The student holds a beaker. If you have a guilty conscience, take 1 stress. I can take 2 stress to claim the beaker, which gives me the same ability to pour on damage to each space in an adjacent space. Each target takes wounds equal to the number of fire tokens in their space. Sure, I'll take 2 stress to take that. Because having both of them, I can really stack them fairly well. And I mean, it's 2 damage, but again, anything in an adjacent space, I could discard both, and all cultists and all disciples would be killed. And the fact that we just didn't advance again is just bananas. So no fire tokens to worry about. So that is all from Adam. Oh, end of each turn, we have to do the elder sign end of thing. So now we have our second yellow sign. We've been mocked by he who shall not be named. And it is a terrible thing. Great. That's going to go over here. What are you doing, Borden? So move your stress to match. So that's it. So even if your wounds are higher, your stress would actually move up to match it. Oh, it's so wild. It's so clever. All right, she's going to rest with her first action. She's going to take a free move action. She moves a space with fire, and guess what? She's on fire because that's the thing that happens with her. She's attacking. She's going to do 2 additional damage, and so she has 2 more actions. So she should be able to take care of stage 3 Hastur right now. So we're attacking. We have 1 dice, 3 black dice, 1 green dice because of that, and she's doing 2 additional damage. And when she levels up, she can do 5 additional damage, which is pretty sick. So this is her 3rd action. So she rested, she moved for free, and now she's going to try to kill this big bad once and for all. What does she get? We get 2 successes and an elder sign. That would be 4 damage. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And then what? He's 2 away at that point. Yeah, we're good with that. I'm not going to push it. So that, and her last action, she's rolling the same thing. Oh, and she's guaranteed to succeed because, again, even if I have no successes, the 2 additional damage still counts. She rolls, so 2 successes. She's going to go insane again, which I'm totally fine with. So that goes up, but 2 damage. He's dead. So stage 3 Hastur has been defeated. This is going to come over here with the rest of this stuff. And again, all effects are still in play. So final stage Hastur. When revealed, we move Hastur to the yellow gate. So he's going to go hang out with that 1 damaged Bayaki, or the 1 health left Bayaki. Each investigator with 2 more yellow signs takes 2 wounds. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And 1 investigator could basically keep doing that until they're dead, as a way to save the others, right? So I've at this point, it makes sense. I'll just take all the wounds from both, because we have the space and we're in a good position. So again, any 1 investigator may sacrifice themselves they take wounds until dead to stop this effect. Now at the end of his turn, we're gonna roll a black die for each yellow sign token that you have. Take 1 wound for each success and lose 1 sanity for each tentacle rolled. So you see how that starts to stack, because especially is Borden might have 2 more of these yellow signs. She can get 1 for this advancing probably, and then 1. So she'll be rolling 3 of those dice. So this could really start to add up fairly quickly. All right. So we did go insane. This has to go to match that. And then, wait, we took the wounds. No, we did that, was fine. We took the wounds because of that. Yeah, we resolved that entire roll first. I wasn't sure about that. If someone has another idea, let me know. So we resolved all the rolls. We took the sanity. We resolved this. Then we defeated Hastur. No, I think so. If I'm reading applying results, you use successes, then you resolve effects, then you apply any tentacles. So technically this was here. We resolved the success. I defeated Hastur. Then I applied the tentacles. Then that triggers. So this goes up here. I think that's the proper order. Which is fine. So that was my 4th action. Hastur is dead. We're in stage 4 with the final stage. We have to do a bunch of things, and we do 3 and then we do 4. So that's fine. So we're gonna have to pick the Mythos card. We are advancing conflagration again. Add a fire token to your space and each adjacent space. So that goes here. This goes here. Great. Now we are going to investigate, because there's nothing around me. For once, fire equipment, this will come in handy. You may claim the fire extinguisher or the fire axe. When attacking with a fire axe, if I have the brawling skill, I mean, I have an axe. How do I have not the brawling skill? That's fine. I'll take the fire extinguisher. If I try to extinguish a fire, I get to roll 2 more green dice to add to successes. Remember, the green dice don't have any potential loss of sanity, which is super nice. So investigation is done. End of turn effects. We're gonna roll we have 1 fire token, so I'm rolling this. It is a sanity and a damage. Nope, that's too much. I'm gonna re-roll that. That's too much. I'm gonna re-roll that. Good, nothing. So, yikes. This could get a little hairy. Now we're gonna resolve the elder. Oops, that's at the 2. That should be at the 2. Yeah, because I just took the 2 damage. Sorry about that. Oh, wait a second. Borden doesn't take any damage. Each investigator with 2 more yellow sign tokens takes 2 wounds. She doesn't take any wounds at all, because she only had 1 yellow sign token. All right, I keep trying to give myself wounds that I don't deserve. So I did that roll. Oh, I did have to. I re-rolled it, right, because it was here, because I matched it. So I re-rolled it twice. So that should be here. And then I rolled a 0. So I would have stopped there, obviously. So I have 2 more stress to play with, which is nice. So then we're going to do the end of turn effects from the elder one. So at the end of each turn, you gain a yellow sign token. So now I have 2. So now everything triggers. Oh, this moved. Wait. I'm getting in my head of myself again. No, I did the fire thing. I checked the Mythos pile. Now we shuffle this. Hastur moves. When Hastur moves, now we do all of this. We summon a disciple to the closest gate, which is here. We summon a cultist to every other gate. Bing and bing. And I get a yellow sign, because that effect's still in play. So a lot of things happen there. And then we put a fire token in every place where there's a cultist without a fire token. Such a place does not exist. And now, again, don't get ahead of yourself. So we checked the Mythos discard pile. We did that. We now did the end of turn effects. So now we add another yellow sign to Borden. So she has 3. And then we're going to roll one black die for each yellow sign token she has. And she still has 2 rerolls if she wants them. And that's fine. Because, I had to reset that to the appropriate place. So we're rolling these 3 dice because I have 1 for each yellow sign. And we rolled, oops, I did it again. Where's that? I think this was here, right? Because I didn't get onto that yet, which I kind of wanted to do. No, I did get onto that. Right, I never upgraded that, is what I didn't do. So now she can deal 5 wounds total. And the nice thing about it, if I get multiple sanities, by the way, you never go beyond. So if I was here and I got 2 of those, I stop there. You don't go 1, 2. You always stop on that spot. So it makes things like Fueled by Madness make more sense and whatever. But this is a weird roll. So this would be 3 damage and 2 sanity loss. It's probably more than I really need to take here. Although, yeah, I'm going to be able to kill that pretty quick. So I'll just re-roll one of these. It's an Elder Sign. That's fine. So we take 2 damage, and we're going to take 1 sanity loss, and that will be good. And the other thing, too, is it slows you down. So if you're here, you know that your rolls, like you have to stop. Any one roll is only going to move you 1 along. Remember, you go stop there. Oh, you're stopping there because you're dead. But I did do the upgrade, which I forgot to do. It should have 4 upgrades here. So now I can deal 5 wounds total additional when I do an attack because of Savage. So that puts me in a really strong spot. So that's the end of the turn. I got everything done. Took me a little bit to get there. Sorry for any confusion, any questions, put it in the chat below and I will further explain the insanity. Literally, quite literally. So we're going to Adam's turn sequence. What is he going to do? Adam is so much sanity, it's just ridiculous. None of this makes sense. I don't know what happened, but you know, it is what it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the beaker. I'm going to spend both beakers actually, because what am I waiting for? Hastur ain't going anywhere. And now we're going to do 2 damage. So again, you may discard this card to deal wounds to all labs and figures either in your space or an adjacent space. Each target takes wounds equal to the number of fire tokens in that space. There's 1 fire token there. So that's basically going to kill the Bayaki and it's going to kill the cultist 1 at a time. 1 damage, 2 damage, he's dead. The Bayaki again was already 1 away from death, but it also puts 2 damage on Hastur's card as well. And that was not an action. Adam is now attacking. I think he should rest first to make some sense. Yeah, so we're going to get the wounds down, get this down, and now he's going to have 2 more actions where he can just do gunfire attacks. So we're rolling this plus 2, because we're not fueled by sanity right now. And we're rolling, and again, he's marksman, so we can attack adjacent. The stairs mean they're adjacent. So we're taking these 5 dice, and it is a total of 2 successes. That gets Hastur up to 4. That's fine, and then he's going to roll again. We're going to, right, we're rolling the 2 because of the pistol. And it'd really be nice if I was on level 2 marksman, but I just haven't leveled anything up. So I roll 2 successes and a tentacle, so I lose a sanity. Well, let me do this in the order I'm supposed to. So I put 2 damage on Hastur, gets him up to 6, and then I apply the results. There are no things that triggered, and then I take the sanity hit. And that's fine. So if I did that every time, it would be nice and simple and not confusing for all you at home watching this chaos. So that is my 3 actions. End of turn, I grab a Mythos card. What is it? It's Conflagration, because we just get that every time. So we put a fire token here. We put a fire token here. We put a fire token here. Wish I had those beakers now. Would have been 2 more damage on Hastur, but I think we'll be okay. Now, we carry out the end of turn sequence. Do we investigate or fight? We are going to investigate because I'm still in a safe space. So, feral student, she only makes simian noises. She only makes vague simian noises. This is great. You may take 2 stress to clear the feral student, or if you do not, claim guilty conscience. I don't want to stress. Well, while you have the feral student, gain level 1 brawling. So this is where these come in play. So these are some of the other basic actions. I really like Arcane Mastery, for instance. That makes an Elder Sign into a success. So I gain, when I'm attacking a target in my space, I can gain another thing. Sure, I'll take the 2 stressed. I don't want the guilty conscience because, you know, why? Why would I want it? So we're going to take the feral student. And now Adam's going to have something on his right side for the first time this game because, you know, he felt like he really wanted to balance himself out here. So bing, and this gives me another health just in case we need it, which we probably won't. So that investigation is done, which is great. And then I get, while I have Margot, we will get level 1 brawling. So I'll take this card to indicate now I have another skill, so I will not forget it. We are now going to do the resolve end of turn sequence. No fire tokens. We are going to do, there's no more summoning. There's only one of those there. So end of turn effects. So end of my turn, I gain a yellow sign. This is my third one. And then I have to roll 3 black dice because of my 3 yellow signs, because of the final stage thing. So that would be 1 sanity, 1 damage. Now again, I can defend against fire or when I'm attacked, but if I had the higher levels of toughness, I could ignore this too, but I don't. So instead, I'm going to take the 1 damage. Do I want to? I can't reroll it because I'm already up to the top. Right, so that was the downside of taking Margot, is now I can't re-roll that, but I kind of don't mind it anyway. So I'll take the 1 damage, and I'm going to take the 1 sanity because of that roll. Because again, it was a success and a sanity, a success and a tentacles. And now I do this. So Fear Crowd, since I'm alone, since there's no other figures there, I heal all my stress, which is nice. And then I get to level up. I'm going to take the 2 extra greens when I target a target not in my space. Plus, I have the Fueled by Madness. So if I'm rolling with Marksman and the pistol and Fueled by Madness, I would literally be rolling 3 black dice and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green dice as well. So that's 8 dice, which basically means I roll the 5 black dice and then roll 3 again. I mean, it could really... No, I'm sorry. I would just roll all 5 black dice. But you could definitely get to a place where you're rolling all the green dice and then rolling more as well. So that is the end of turn sequence for our friend Adam. We now go back to Borden, who should be able to finish us off. So she's going to sneak past this girl. She's going 1, 2. She's going to have 6 fire tokens on her. Now, there is no limit to fire tokens that can go on your person. So you can actually, you just proxy them with damage tokens. So I would still, technically, if this game was still going on, I would have to roll 6 black dice for fire. And I'm attacking Hastur. We're attacking with what? 2 dice from there. I'm doing 5 additional damage. We only need to do 6 damage total. So I think we're good. So I got an Elder Sign. 1 damage and a sanity. Don't show off, Borden. That's all you need to do, because that's the 1 damage plus 5 additional damage. That is going to be 6 damage total. And that is killing Hastur because there was no one else there because of the beakers, which were effectively used by Adam. Hastur is no more. You can go back to Carcosa from whence you came. Woo! Oh my God. This game is so nutty. It's just nutty. I mean, it's not like, I don't know. Again, I don't know why I like it so much. It's so good. It's just really, it's fun. It's light. It's a lot easier. Like, trust me, it can go wrong. Like any game like this can go wrong, and you're like, I thought I was gonna crush it. I mean, you do get the sense that if you understand games, if you understand mechanics, if you understand strategies, if you take the time to learn, the ins and outs of your abilities, and your pick, these are, I think, I get that these just I'm assuming these are 2 of the strongest characters. Like, again, I just picked the first 2 alphabetically, 1 male, 1 female, and I looked at the others. Some of them don't have all the damage capabilities, it seems, so you're going to be playing a much more nuanced game, but it could just, it's like also the intro scenario, so I wonder how much that scales. But like this scenario, I think the average, if you're an experienced board gamer, you're going to win this more than you lose. So I'd be curious if that's just small sample size. I'd be curious I'm just misplaying a rule that's making this at least significantly easier on me. Oh, but that's the game too. That's the end. And it actually says in the rules that if say I'm here and I roll and I take sanity that drives me insane while I do like the killing blow, you do check win condition of Hastur before you actually apply the sanity. So like, it's not like Spirit Island when you carry the action out to the conclusion and then have like a sacrifice victory. this is like literally a legit victory if that were the case. But there's just it's a lot to like here. I'm curious to start messing with the other characters. We'll probably do scenario 2 at some point in the not so distant future, where I'll go with Cthulhu himself. Man, that art is just so cool. I mean, Command does a lot of things good, man. They really they get it, and it's nice. I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, we'll do episode 2 with Cthulhu and the next 2 investigators alphabetically, and we'll see what's up. I understand the Black Goat is supposedly scales a lot harder, and Yog-Sothoth scales a lot easier. So it could just be there's something about Hastur that maybe he's a little bit easier as well. So I'm sure I'm in for some rude awakenings with this game. But that was super fun. A lot of things went our way. You know, these minis are very, very cool. Very, very cool. And to the point that it would be interesting to like just throw these into Arkham or wherever they apply. They're nice. They're very nice. So, so Command's take on Lovecraft is a hit for me. We will see where this goes. How much you love this game, man. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. Tell me what I have to look forward to. I'm looking forward to as I continue to explore this game on the channel. But this is definitely a longer video, so I'm going to wrap this up. We will be back. Spirit on the Mage Knight, Gaia Project, Dawn of the Zeds. You know it. It will be on my channel at some point in the near future. Any questions, comments, epiphanies, please put them in the comment section below. Things I missed, things I want to look out for next time. Always interested about that. If you want to see the upcoming schedule for my channel, you can go on my Patreon page. At the end of every month, I do put up a schedule of the upcoming month so you can see what's coming down the pipe. Make sure that you don't miss anything that you want to see here in Solo Playthroughs Land. I appreciate you joining me as always, and until next time, happy gaming.